Hey guys, Tom itself here. I've got some Battlefield 3 Squad Team Deathmatch for you today. Squad Team Deathmatch is 4 squads of 4 players each, all competing against each other to 50 kills. It's kind of a vicious game mode, I have to say, because there's a light armored vehicle on the map, and one squad will get it, and then another squad will start trying to take it out, and the 2 remaining squads will start trying to kill the guys trying to take out the vehicle. Because they're easy kills, standing around shooting rockets. Vicious game mode. Anyway, I've got the MG36 here. It is a great medium-range light machine gun. I have really enjoyed using this gun. I do have to say that when I first started with it, the iron sights, not a fan. Sorry. And you get the bipod pretty early, but I just had trouble using the bipod. It's great when you get it down and get it into a position where it's useful, but when I got the foregrip, I switched over to that. It's an all-purpose kind of thing, and less to worry about. Just nightmares with the bipod. And finally, my third attachment in the third slot there. Now, extended mags is great with the light machine guns. So much fun to spray everywhere with. But since this is Squad Team Deathmatch, I went with a silencer. I'd rather not be giving my position away. I'd rather let them keep running in front of me for easy kills. So, without the ability to bipod up and with a silencer, this is very much a medium-range weapon. And even without those restrictions, I rarely ever put this gun on full auto unless I'm in a stairwell and want to just spray someone down from the hip. It's otherwise much better as a burst fire weapon, and I have to say I really like the light machine guns with the burst fire option. I'm quite the fan. However, because I do have some longer lines of sight, and this weapon is not really meant for those, I still have this tendency to want to pull the trigger and try and hit anything I can see. It's just a habit of mine. I see things, I want to shoot them. That's how it works. And so I can often end up helping enemies get kills when I have no chance of really getting the kill myself. So breaking myself out of that habit, waiting until I know I can drop the target, or at least have a really good shot at it, has been one of the habits I've been trying to get out of. And because, like a lot of Battlefield, this is a little on the slower side, especially compared to Call of Duty, I'm going to speed up some parts of this when nothing's really going on at about 3x. I hope it's okay. So, recently, Mass Nerder posted a video of some tests we did on the grenade launcher, the Noob Tube, showing us some interesting things about how it goes from not being armed to what it does when it is armed. It still explodes even before it gets armed, but past 20 meters it's armed, and the explosion increases dramatically. It also included some information on Flack. I'm going to link that video. But not included there is some tests we did on Claymores and frag grenades, which I assume will go up later. And I hope I'm not going to spoil too much, but I am going to talk a little bit about Claymores because I am using in this game. Now, for the longest time, I could not figure out how to use Claymores in Battlefield. So, I tried to use them like Call of Duty, and they don't work like that, because in COD, anything running by them close enough will trip it. In Battlefield, however, the person needs to be running at the Claymore. It doesn't work running perpendicular to it. So in Call of Duty, you put the Claymore right at a corner, pointed in the direction you think the guy's going to run, because it takes just a second for it to trip, and so he'll run past, and he'll actually be past the Claymore and get caught on the edge of the blast. But in Battlefield, the guy needs to be running into it, so you need to put it somewhere like in a stairwell. I know those are really popular places, where the route is going to jog just a little bit. It still needs to kind of be around a corner, because if someone sees it and marks it, that's kind of obvious. I mean, the things show up on the minimap bigger than vehicles do. That is one of the things that just blows my mind. Decision I do not understand why they made. The Claymore on the map is bigger than the vehicle on the map. Like, I guess it makes it harder to find, but yeah, anyway. So, you need to put it so that the guy doesn't see it, but he ends up running directly into it. Now, this does end up being kind of challenging, and so what I found myself doing frequently was just putting them there as a warning system, not so that the guy would run directly over it, but so that he'd still trip it and maybe take a little bit of damage. Now, unlike Call of Duty, you can see where the Claymore is on the map, and you can have up to 2. Having the extra explosives doesn't change that number. And so you can tell which one's been tripped, so they are surprisingly good as an early detection system and to give you a bit of a head start in a gunfight should someone run past one of them. Again, Mass Nerder is putting all the nice tests together and making a nice explanation about how Claymores work and how Flack. It's actually going to be pretty informative. I think you guys enjoy it. You're just going to have to wait a little while. But instead, you can enjoy the NoobTube tests instead, which was, at least for someone who doesn't play a ton of Battlefield, was really good information to have. Now, I know it's probably a really popular subject, but there is an upcoming balance patch. My problem here is that I have not seen any notes on an upcoming matchmaking patch, which has been an issue since the beta, which is really more of a demo, I guess you could say. But it's the reason I don't play this game more. Honestly, why they still haven't fixed it? Well, each month that goes by without a matchmaking patch really reduces my faith in DICE, and I have to say at this point I'm pretty unhappy with them for not being able to fix that after several months. They've even announced new DLC, and I'm not spending any more money on this game until they fix that stuff. So that's just me. As far as balance goes, I have some questions about how vehicles are supposed to work, and I know that I think a lot of it comes from the fact that I play on Xbox, maximum of 24 people in a game, and you'll see people playing on PC, and so they can do things like focus fire down vehicles, and just different expectations of how things are supposed to work. I have to say that I'm not wild about the vehicle-heavy combat. I expect that I can take them out, and when I can't, it gets very frustrating. I can spend an entire game locking onto helicopters and not get anywhere. Yeah, that's not fun for me, at least. So they're doing changes to both slowing the repair tool rate, but then making it so you can't put down essentially an unlimited number of mines, which honestly was one of my preferred ways of dealing with vehicles, especially on a map like Karg Island on Rush. Just spam mines everywhere and then take out a Stinger and try and deal with the hell. Yeah. So that's me. We'll have to see how things go. It's hard for me to put all the changes together and see what's going to end up happening and how the final balance will work out. And I think a lot of it comes down to the difference between console and PC. This is still a PC game. I don't care about what the PC guys say. The fact that Recon still requires a headshot to kill with a bolt action means that no one takes a bolt action seriously on a console. It's too hard to hit a headshot at any appreciable range unless the target's just standing still. So, I don't know why they have to have exactly the same numbers for both console and PC, but I can tell you that, especially, I would expect that an upper body shot would be a one-hit kill on a console with a bolt-action rifle, even if it's not on PC. Just because, again, PCs have better aiming capabilities with a mouse. That is a difference, and yes, that is a fact. So, I don't know, whatever, this game's wrapping up. Somehow, I wound up going flawless this game. I was kind of surprised, wasn't planning on it, wasn't playing intending to. I agree with, I was rather cautious, but we were trying to hold what is normally a rather high-action, high-traffic area on this map for Team Deathmatch. So, hey, it worked out, and not the highest scoring game ever, but I was fairly proud of it. Yes, I did just edit that to make it look like I got the winning kill, when I didn't. Well, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.